literally last week at Watkins Glen. It was probably the most enjoyable Watkins Glen race I've had on NR2003. I just finally said screw it and put on some driving assists, and it was great. I will definitely do it going forward. But yeah, we were patient and smart the whole race, slowly making our way to the front. We had a good pit stop, got us up in the top 5. It was going to be interesting there at the end. We were worried about our tires. We were closing in on the leaders, but then we took turn 1, went in really deep, ended up in the grass, and when we tried to get back onto the track, we spun out, hit the wall. Caution came out. We were able to spin the car around and limp home with a 6th place finish. And because of that, and Jeff Gordon winning, we're 64 points behind Jeff Gordon now, and we're 16 points ahead of Mark Martin. Terry Labonte's not really a threat. Bobby Labonte, okay. And you see, it seems like those top 9 guys are pretty comfortable here in the points with 4 races to go. Ted Musgrave, we talked about him at Watkins Glen. Big finish for him. He's right here. He's right in the thick of it. And he's been, yeah, we haven't talked about him. I talked about him at Watkins Glen. The fact that we don't talk about him, we're talking about him now. Dale Jarrett, I'll talk about during the race. He's guaranteed not to have another DNF this year, mechanical wise. Ward Burton, Ricky Rudd, he's just had some awful, he's just having a lot of bad luck here recently. And then Michael Waltrip's there. And if he's in discussion, then Jimmy Spencer is, then Jeff Burton is. So that's where we're at. Now, production announcement and channel announcement. You know, I took a week off, and I am amped, ready to go here to run the races. But we're probably going to start dialing back the actual broadcast stuff. Because, again, I'm real amped, and I just noticed, and I mentioned it during one of the races, that I was doing these videos, I mentioned during the making of whatever, I was doing these videos, making these videos, when all I want to do is still get amped up and go back on the track. Meanwhile, I'm spending time putting together the videos and stuff. I think I've proven, I talk about this during the race coming up, but I think I've proven what we can do with the broadcasts and stuff, and I just don't want to get bogged down in performing all that work when all I want to do is, like I've said, get back, start racing, feel amped. And I think it's a natural progression of the season here. And I really think, I mean, 32 races, that's a lot of races. And that's just a lot of work put in. I've really nailed down the workflow, so in the next following seasons, we can have some really cool broadcasts early on in the season. But once it gets down near the playoffs, we just focus strictly on the playoffs. I spend more time showing where the playoff drivers are and whatnot. I think it'll be cool. With that said, we're moving on to Michigan here. 4 races remaining before the playoffs. We have the pole. And it's our first pole of the season. Jeff Gordon starting 20th, so there might be something going on here. We just gotta stay near the front all race. All right, getting ready to go here. We've never taken the green flag from the pole.
Get ready now. Going green. 8 cars in.
I practiced this once, and we're not going to do too well. All right, not bad. Big thing is Jeff Gordon starting 20th. I know I said during the California race that I was going to look into the Michigan AI behavior, the acceleration and all that, but I actually just went in and changed us to the default fast setup, or not the fast setup, the Jasper setup. Don't want to confuse the two, but it's the faster. Uh-oh. Oh, please be Jeff Gordon. We need a DNF. We need We need something. Sorry, Bill. All right, we're gonna slow down here. Check out the wreck. Ladies and gentlemen, we got one. Unbelievable. There Gordon goes. Let's take a ride with Jeff Gordon. Oh, finally. That's got to be a DNF. Man, what a way to come back. Take a week off. Now we can't wreck. We got trouble on the back straight, so people are bunching in. Everybody's pitting here too. Now, watch everybody just fuel up. Meanwhile, we're gonna take on 4 tires, and then we're gonna get put back into 40th. Like, that's what our luck's gonna. That's what's gonna happen here. Are we taking on tires here, though? Give me a speed. All right.
Keep it under 4,000 in seconds. The pace cars on the front stretch.
I don't know what everyone's doing.
Remember, don't pass the stop sign at the end of pit road. The pace car.
Looks like Mark Martin was taking on tires. Jeff Burton's taking on fuel only. Oh, they're taking on right sides only. Okay, okay. Drop us. Okay. And here's the chaos that happened on the back stretch. No big names. Everybody just mad. Here we go. We're going green. We started 17th. We're restarting 17th. Not bad. Not bad. If they go 2 or 3 wide here, we just have to pick the correct lane and start moving up toward the front. We do have a random caution, by the way. We got to get a good jump here. Jeff Gordon is out of the race, by the way. Fresh tires sometimes is not the best thing. But we're going to be all right. Sterling Marlin's holding up the show here. Had to dive in there. But yeah, what I was talking about before the Gordon wreck is I didn't have to mess with the AI here. Instead of just running the default fast setup, I went to the Jasper setup, which is more of a hardcore setup, and that fixed the stuff that was frustrating me. The downside is it made our car faster, or the upside, however you want to look at it, but it meant that I had to up the difficulty. So I think the first race we were at like 95 or 96, but we're at 98 now. You can hear the setup scraping the bottoming out in the into turn 1. We have to be super smart here. We have 40 points on the table here that we can make up on Jeff Gordon. If we can sneak into the top 10, top 5 finish here, That's what we're looking at.
Outside. Still there. Still there.
I don't know if you watched the first Michigan race that I ran,
Still there.
and just all the ridiculous runs the AI would get. They're not getting them here now. Like Terry Labonte would be sweeping past us. But it's just the setup, whatever it did. That changed that for us. I'll take it. Greg Sachs. There were a couple cars. Jeff Bodine. A couple cars stayed out instead of pitting. I most likely threw it up somewhere, but we lost Brett Bodine under caution. He fell out of line. I don't know if we lost him for the race. No. Yeah, see, we can actually close on them using the draft now, which is good. Mark Martin on the top line. That's good. All right. I have no idea how Mark Martin... I wasn't even watching where he went. He's somehow on the bottom line in front of us now. He's gonna... We're just gonna ride him to the front. Maybe not. Ricky Rudd has other ideas. But we have Rudd here, though. I'm being much more aware of straightening the wheel coming out of the turns. That was another issue I knew we had at the first Michigan race. Or if you keep on... If you don't straighten the wheel out, coming out of that... turns 2 and 4, you lose speed. Also, I'm pretty confident we're not gonna see Dale Jarrett or Ernie Irvan get a DNF for the rest of the season, because I've bumped up their reliability stuff up to just 100%. They're not going to have any mechanical failures the rest of the season. We need Ted Musgrave to make a move here. And Musgrave, look out. After Watkins Glen, he's definitely in the playoff picture. Yeah, this is how the Michigan difficulty should be. Unpleased. We got him. I think we're winning this. Tell you what, you take a week off. I took a week off here, and I'm just hitting all the spots. Man, I had to get on my horse there. I saw Musgrave. Musgrave's big hood come into the rear view. Who's actually in the lead here? Jeff Burton. Alright, all the pitters are taking over the non-pitters now. Jeff Burton was the last non-pitter. And we have a lapper up there, which is 100% sure that's Sterling Marlin. I'm holding that turn perfectly now. After Watkins Glen, I had turned off all the steering assists and everything, and then I started running Michigan around here, and I was running really fast, and I was like, wait a minute, did I turn those off? And yeah, I did. It's just, you just take a week off from something and you come back. And it's wild. I was hoping for Sterling Marlin to hold everyone up there, and he's going to, but not as much as we had hoped. Missed that a little bit. Johnny Benson's car is messed up in the rear view anyway. He needs a good finish here too. There's another. That's Sterling. That's Sterling Marlin most likely involved. Are we gonna do something wild here? Nope, we don't have it. Let's push Bobby Labonte. I don't know if Mark Martin's led a lap yet. But turns out this has nothing to do with Sterling Marlin. There's Jeff Bodine in his one-off gold scheme. But this is just chaos in the into turn one. Pretty much what we saw with Sterling Marlin and Jeff Gordon. But that knocks Terry Labonte probably out for the race. Morgan Shepherd almost hit him. So that's 2 Hendrick cars. Alright, we have pit stops here. Look out. We have pit stops here again. And I think everybody's got to be taken on 4. This isn't just a 2 right sides thing.
Pit road is now open.
But let's get in there with them.
Limit 55. Keep it under 4,000 in seconds. The pace cars on the front stretch.
Gotta remember Mark Martin is gonna be pulling up here.
Remember, don't pass the stop sign at the end of pit road. The pace cars in turn 1.
I'm watching Mark Martin in the rear view. Yeah, they're putting on all 4. Come on, ladies.
Pace cars in turn 2. Go, go, go.
We got out.
We nailed that stop. Great work.
Getting ready to take the green flag yet again after a caution. If Sterling Marlin gets a better jump than we do, I'm going to flip out. But we're going to use his slowness as a pick here so we can get up to speed. I've totally lost all perception of the pit window. It's around 48 laps, 50 laps, so we'd have to pit with 20 some to go.
Get ready now. Going green.
And I think we had that discussion at the first Michigan race that it's not a fuel stop, it's a tire stop.
Green, green, green. That car's a lap down.
That was a bullcrap start by the flagman. That was a bullcrap start by the flagman. We're okay though. Really want to get out and lead the most laps here too. That would close the gap by 49 points on Gordon, which was what, 64, so we'd be down 15. Ted Musgrave has us. Look out, Ted. Look out, Lake Speed. I was so worried about giving him room below us. Yeah, this setup just hugs that turn, lets you come out. Look at that. We weren't getting that at all with that other setup. We don't want to lose them here, though. Yeah, we might need Ted Musgrave to catch up to us. Or these guys to start racing side by side. I still think we're winning this. I mean, we already have a win at a D-shaped track at California. That's probably our specialty. Here's the side by side, so we're gonna close in on them pretty quick. Musgrave's kind of, but he's in my head a little bit here. I let off way more than I should have. And Schrader had Musgrave's draft. No problem. That's not me pinching them. I don't know why they do that. I swear I don't have that lane assist or steering assist on. And I just got everything dialed in mentally here. Interesting, another yellow flag. I can't actually find what brought out this yellow. There's the pace car coming off, but everyone's moving, so I don't know. All right, going green. Nobody pitted. Maybe some clowns did, but none of the leaders did. I don't know what's going to happen with the pit window. We just got to play it by ear. We're not even halfway through this yet. A lot of caution laps, but you haven't had to endure all those. We need a good start here, and I've come to the realization that we do not want a late caution here with like 8 to go or something, because we don't have the get up and go to compete on the restarts. We got to get on the top line, get above Sterling Marlin. That was a mystery caution for sure. I did pause the game. To go grab something to drink. And when I unpaused it, the caution came out, so I don't know. Alright, we're getting used to whatever tires we were on. And Sterling Marlin's doing the job back there, holding them up, but we gotta catch up to these guys here. We gotta latch on to Johnny Benson like right now. That was a good turn one there. We got, okay. We're on them. They're gonna run side by side up there. That's good. I don't know. I'm not content with just hanging out up here and picking up the points on Gordon. I mean, I want to win this. They are getting really racy up here as we close the gap. Yeah, and I'm thinking down the stretch, maybe starting with Bristol or Darlington the next couple races, I'm gonna stop doing running orders and just to show where the eventual playoff drivers are running, and these next couple races where the actual bubble drivers are running. Probably won't use broadcast graphics for that. And I think we're gonna change up how we introduce all the races as well. Because of course, I think Bill Elliott's number on the side of his car is too small. Whoever painted these cars sucks. But I want to, because there were no playoffs in 1997, so the race intros don't have that, you know, atmosphere to them. They'll just be like, oh, here we are at Richmond, or here we are at New Hampshire. Just another race in the season. Meanwhile, it's the first race of the playoffs, and it's a big deal for us. So I might just skip all the broadcast intros. I don't know. Might skip all the grids and just show the playoff, where the playoff drivers are starting. I don't know. Because I'm pretty sure I've proved that we can put together some cool broadcast with the graphics. I forgot to see where Kenny Schrader is in the points. I'm pretty sure he wasn't in the 11 through 20, so he's definitely in the top 10 and pretty comfortable. Man, this new difficulty, with the new setup, this is fun. Not frustrating. That's by design, getting that close to the wall. Mark Martin's the car to beat here. Holy cow. Oh, also, for the upcoming Bristol race, we are gonna use the OG Bristol track that came with the game. We didn't use it in the first Bristol race because there's an issue with some of the AI drivers on pit road not coming out of their stall for whatever reason. I haven't fixed that. I haven't found the solution. But I mean, just all these other Bristol tracks, I can't get a good race with them. We had the pit cycle issue with the first Bristol race. And these tracks are fine. I'm just testing them all out here to find which one's gonna work the best. Alright, field's gonna be coming. We got a couple lappers here. That's probably gonna be Jeff Bodine. Yeah. So Bodine's actually running slower than Sterling Marlin. Probably should have made a move on Ken Schrader there earlier than that. Big run here. Where's he? Nope, he's not letting me. Look out, Bill Elliott. Oh boy. Schrader gonna come up? Nope. Alright, we're gonna go down. Let's remember to go up the track with them. Good.
Keep high.
We did not pick the right lane, the correct lane here.
Clear. Car outside. Keep low. Clear.
Poor Bobby Labonte's gonna get trapped behind Bo. He's gonna jump out from behind him here, but what we got brewing here? We're going.
Keep low. You're on the bottom. 3 wide.
Driving in here hard. Stick it low.
Still there.
Stay off of them. Oh, we're not 3 wide. I thought we were 3 wide.
Stay low.
Johnny Benson pulling up behind Bobby Labonte. He's back in the picture.
Stay low. Clear.
Oh, and we had something go on here. A lot of dirt. I just thought in my head, I'm like, I hope that was Jeff Gordon, but we already lost him. I just saw a car on the apron. We might get a glimpse on who is heading into pit road here. I would say that's Bobby Hamilton. Oh, I forgot to check his ratings. I was going to bump his stuff up too, because he's been getting a lot of mechanical failures. Man, life comes at you fast here with Sterling Marlin. Holy cow.
Stay low. Clear outside.
Alright, no other lappers in front of us. Ted Musgrave making a move for the lead. This is dangerous. Those guys are going to get below us.
Inside. Keep high. Stay high. Keep high.
Again, I've lost all sense of what the pit window is. We just got to keep running with the AI and pit when they pit. And pit how they pit. We're going with him. Pass him, Bill. I'm with you all the way. What was that move by Ted Musgrave?
Keep low.
Bill Elliott going for the lead. We're going with him.
Outside. Clear. Car outside. Still there. Keep low.
This is good stuff up here.
Still there.
Good racing up at the front.
Here comes the leader. Clear outside.
we ran into this issue earlier with Schrader. I get obsessed with drafting with them, and then I forget to actually make a move. Oh, we gotta run here.
Outside. Still there. Clear.
Alright, we've led laps under caution. Now we're gonna see how we do under green.
You're back in the lead.
I wonder if they're just gonna stay back there or what. I have to hit these turns perfectly if we're in the lead. And it hurts us when we don't have somebody. Who was that? I don't care. Somebody was on pit road. That's probably something else I'll do down the stretch as well. Might make a note with a graphic or something on who has pitted and whatnot. Alright, we got pitters though. We got more than... We got pitters with... There. Again, I don't know. I don't know when we pitted last. And I know we ran into trouble at Pocono when we lost track of everything. But everybody has to pit. There's no question about that. I just don't know what the strategy is, if they're splitting the race in half or what. It seems like they are. I think we had 60 to go when we went green last time. And it's very... I don't know. And as soon as we see a leader drop off into the pits, we'll be pitting next. The next lap. We just got to see what they're doing. Which is probably taking on 4. Yeah, we don't even have to look. They're taking on 4 tires. And we can't stay out here when they pit. They're going in. We're coming in next lap. And I actually did not practice pit road entry at under green. So we just gotta cook it by the book here. And not screw up.
Outside. Clear. Limit 55. Keep it under 4,000 in seconds. The yellow flag is out. Let's go. Race back to the
We're on
line.
pit road. We are on pit road. We're pitting. Right? Right?
The pace cars in turn 1. You entered a closed pit. Okay, you've got to go to the end of the longest line.
Oh, wow.
Back up.
What?
Pace cars in turn 2. Go, go, go! The pace cars on the back straight. Keep it under 55. Keep it under 4,000 in seconds. Okay, we're under caution. Catch up to the end of the pacing line. Okay, you're clear of pit lane. Stay behind the 94 car. Stay on the end of the pacing line. Stay behind the 29 car. Stay on the end of the pacing line. The 43 car. Stay on the end of the pacing line.
Okay. Okay, we have a lot to dissect here. First, Earnhardt coming out of the pits. Bang. This is the caution. This is what brought out the caution. Then, amidst all the chaos, no cars, some cars were on pit road. We got screwed. We'll talk about that. But no cars knew what was happening here. Cal Petty, everybody's slowing down. Cal Petty just flies in here. Takes out like 8 or 9 cars. Michael Waltrip comes in here and just destroys Ricky Rudd. I don't know. I don't know what happened here. I just saw Dale Jarrett. Is he involved? I saw him in an earlier shot. He missed it all. Jimmy Spencer went for a ride. So did 75 Rick Mast. That's Cal Petty's fault. Huge problems. So, here's what's up. We're apparently 1 lap down in 29th place. I don't know. Ken Schrader is the leader. And it seems like he's halfway up the line in front of us. This is just a joke that we don't... I don't know what happened. Like, the caution came out just as we were entering pit road. And even before we stopped. Even before we had... I guess we should have just drove through. There was just no feedback on what we had to do. But we can pick up a lot of spots here. No, we can't. I don't know. But we lost a ton of cars in that wreck. Spencer, Jeff Bodine, Rick Mast, Ricky Rudd, Jeremy Mayfield, Michael Waltrip, Kenny Wallace, Cal Petty, Robbie Gordon, Steve Grissom, and Sterling Marlin. And I think Joe Nemechek. So we just gotta... We gotta figure out what we're doing here. I think there's gonna be more cautions. So, I mean... We have a clean, fast car. I just don't know how this is gonna go. Boy, we were picking up spots. We were picking up points on Gordon this race. And it went sideways. We're driving like a bat out of hell now. So many cars are jacked up. Trying to find where we're at relative to the leader. And it's Ken Schrader. Clear. 2.8 seconds ahead of us. We just gotta... What a bummer. We just have to keep our head down. Try to catch up. And hope for a caution. And I'm driving the wheels off this thing right now. Morgan Shepherd's for position. This stinks. Never take anything for granted. Holy cow. And we don't have any damage on the car. We should be blowing past these guys that are beat up.
Clear outside. Outside. Clear.
So Skinner, Ward Burton, and Bobby Hamilton are for position up here too.
You're now in the top 20.
I would say this was obviously the biggest wreck of the season. Had nothing to do, I mean, we had a big wreck the first Michigan race, but this had nothing to do with racing. This just had to do with massive confusion under that yellow. Watch us get right up to the leader here and the random caution come out. I just heard the engine skip a little bit. I was really driving into one there. I don't see Ken Schrader. If he's still the leader, and he is. He's only 1.2 ahead of us. He's right in front of Labonte. There he is. So we need to get on him, like, right now. Just in case we have a random caution. I don't think we've ever had it this late in the race. First time for everything, apparently. Ernie Irvin's for position. Bobby Hamilton's for position. Ward Burton's going to be for position. But that's going to be about it. Oh, Rusty Wallace there too. I can't believe the game. I cannot believe we got jobbed on entering pit road. That's unbelievable timing. I'll obviously check the video later and see how close we were. But I just wish they gave us a call out like, hey, do not stop. I'll tell you what, we gained a lot of spots here. Coming back. We got $13 laps to go. We're actually not surrendering too many points to Mark Martin, which is good. And it looks like it's just a Ken Schrader and Bobby Labonte battle for the lead. Greg Sachs, we passed him a while ago. We are right on them. We have... Oh, we would have won this race. Because we would have been pushing it like we are now. Probably not as hard. Being a little bit more careful. But we had the best car here. And we got screwed. And it stands to reason that everyone in front of Labonte, Wallace, and Schrader here are for position for us. Yeah, yeah, they're all for position up there. If we can get around Schrader and these guys, we can pick up more spots. We've got 10 laps to do it. Maybe salvage a top 10. But first things first, let's get around the leader in case we get a caution here in the next 5 laps. Let's stick with Labonte. I mean, ideally we get a caution now. Unfortunate side effect of this is we just pushed Bobby Labonte to the lead. Not unfortunate. I mean, it'd have been cool to see Ken Schrader win this, although he's going to the high side now. And he probably doesn't have enough help up there to do anything. Yeah. Life is unfair sometimes. Bill Elliott and Ted Musgrave up here, they were in the lead pack. But yeah, they pitted. Remember, they pitted the lap before us. So they were a lap down just by pitting earlier than everyone and being lapped. Dang it. But, I mean, you always have to, you can't just, I don't know, you can't, I was over it a little bit after it happened. Just gonna get over it and start moving on to the next thing and start finding the silver lining. If you would have told me coming into this race that we would gain, what are we going to gain here? 30 points on Gordon. If you told me you could quick sim this and gain 30 points, I would do it in a heartbeat. And that's what's going to happen here. So we're going to be 34, 33 points behind Gordon now. That's big. And circumstances were that we got screwed. Bill Elliott, man, he might have had the car to win. There were a couple cars up there. We were hanging up with that front pack and just could never really establish the lead. We did at the end of the run there. But That kind of went down the crapper. We really used up our tires getting to where we're at now. We probably have enough to get around Bill Elliott. But a caution now is meaningless. Means nothing. The race would end under yellow. That mystery caution bugs me. I don't know what that was all about. Oh, we got pitters on pit road. Obviously. I don't know what that... yeah, this is just... That caution, maybe some cars just didn't pit. I don't know. But even with us pushing our car to the limit here, we're barely holding off Bill Elliott, who we would have been racing for the win. So this would have been an excellent finish. Everything. I think the race is over already. I think Bobby Labonte already won. Or no, I don't know. They shouldn't be getting spooked like Musgrave just did, or Elliott did. This shouldn't be the end of the race here for us. Right. Right? I think we got one more lap. But we already have a winner in the books. We are in 5th place? Hang on. Okay, if you know me throughout the season, you know I really like digging in and trying to figure out what the heck happened. Now, Strickland, Dallenbach, the green car, and Brett Bodine, the black and gold car up there, those were 3 cars that dropped out that were on pit road when I said, hey, there's people pitting, what the heck? Those were 3 cars that were ahead of us in the standings. We were in 8th. We ended up in 5th. Those were 3 cars that pitted with all of these cars that were involved in that demolition derby wreck. Ricky Craven pitted with them as well, but he stayed. He ended up finishing 4th. But these 3 cars ended up pitting together. And here are the same 3 cars coming down pit road with 3 to go. The ones I just talked about. Beats the heck out of me, but we'll take it. We got the finish we deserved. Definitely, deserve. Oh, they fuel only. I just realized. I just saw that. Caution filled race. A lot of chaos. Taking a look at the standings. Bobby Labonte did get the win. I don't know how much of that I showed. Schrader lost by 0.06 of a second. Greg Sachs, a miracle 3rd place finish. Bill Elliott, big top 10. Musgrave, big top 10. We finished ahead of Mark Martin. That's big. Johnny Benson, good finish. Ward Burton, that's good for him. Andretti, slipping. Dale Jarrett didn't get a DNF, so that's good. And then we just had a multitude of cars that got hurt. We only had 8 cars finish on the lead lap here because of everything that happened. Only 29 cars finished the race. And I think that's the same. I think we had 27 finish the race the first Michigan. First time we were at Michigan. But big names that we lost that got DNFs. Ricky Rudd, Michael Waltrip, we talked about him. And Terry Labonte, and of course, Jeff Gordon. Here are the points after Michigan. We're on Jeff Gordon. We can smell his fire suit. Terry Labonte, big DNF here. I'm not sure Bobby Labonte's ever been ahead of Terry Labonte this season. That's getting to be interesting there. It just seems like these top 9 guys are going to be, they're locked in. Rusty Wallace, Ted Musgrave had good finishes here. Dale Jarrett, I mean, even if he doesn't get, I mean, he has 3 races left now. He needs Rusty Wallace and Musgrave to fall. I'm pulling for him. I think I treated him unfairly somewhere in the ratings. So yeah, I just finished editing this. This is the last thing I'm doing before I'm rendering the video and then uploading it. This took about 3 hours to edit and find replays and whatnot. I like that. And I'm already jumping into Bristol next. So you can expect probably the rest of the season uploads every day. And I think that's pretty cool. All right, see you at Bristol. Thanks for watching.